Today's file: Beltway sniper attacks. In October of 2002, citizens in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area were terrified to leave their homes. People were randomly being shot at various locations throughout the area by a sniper, and by the time the chaos finally came to an end, numerous people were left dead or wounded. But how did the shooter elude authorities for so long? The answer is chilling. At 5:20 p.m. on Wednesday, October 2, 2002, a bullet smashed through a window of Michael's craft store in Aspen Hill, Maryland. The bullet narrowly missed cashier Ann Chapman. The shot was assumed to be random, and no one was injured at the time. About an hour later, 55-year-old James Martin was shot and killed in the parking lot of Shoppers Food Warehouse in Wheaton, Maryland. The next day, on October 3rd, 5 more people were shot. At 7:41 a.m., a 39-year-old landscaper named James L. Buchanan was shot and killed while mowing the grass at Fitzgerald Auto Malls. At 8:12 a.m., a 54-year-old taxi driver named Prem Kumar Walakar was killed while pumping gas into his vehicle at a gas station at Aspen Hill Road and Connecticut Avenue in Maryland. At 8:37 a.m., a 34-year-old babysitter and housekeeper named Sarah Ramos got off a bus near 3701 Rossmore Boulevard. She sat at a nearby bench and started to read. A moment later, she was shot and killed. At 9:58 a.m., 25-year-old Lori Ann Lewis Rivera was shot and killed while she vacuumed her car at a gas station. Just under 12 hours later, at 9:20 p.m., 72-year-old Pascal Charlotte was shot while walking on Georgia Avenue at Calmia Road in Washington, D.C. He died less than an hour later. Each victim was shot with a single bullet fired from a distance. Panic among the residents started to set in, and they began to take precautions. The police didn't have much to work with on finding a suspect in the shootings. They knew the murders were all carried out using a .223 caliber rifle. In an initial report, someone said they saw a white box truck leaving the scene, but after the murder in Washington, D.C., witnesses said they saw a blue Chevrolet Caprice vehicle in the area. On October 4th at 2:30 p.m., Caroline Sewell was in the parking lot of Michael's in Fredericksburg, Virginia, loading purchases she had made into her minivan when she was shot in the chest and wounded. On October 7th at 8:09 a.m., 13-year-old Benjamin Tasker middle school student Iran Brown was shot in the chest and wounded as he arrived at school in Virginia. At this crime scene, police found a shell casing and a tarot death card. On the card, the phrase "Call me God" was written on the front and on the back. It said, "For you, Mr. Police." Code: Call me God. Do not release to the press. One day later, the information was released by WUSA-TV and the Washington Post. On October 9th, Dean Harold Myers was shot and killed at 8:18 p.m. while pumping gas into his vehicle at a station in Virginia. On October 11th at 9:30 a.m., businessman Kenneth Bridges was shot and killed while pumping gas into his vehicle at a station in Virginia. On the night of October 14th at 9:15 p.m., FBI intelligence analyst Linda Franklin was shot and killed in a covered parking lot at Home Depot in Fairfax County, Virginia. At 8:00 p.m. on October 19th, Jeffrey Hopper was shot in a parking lot near a steakhouse in Ashland, Virginia. An ambulance arrived quickly, and he was able to survive. In the woods, police found a 4-page letter that demanded $10 million and made a threat to children. Your children are not safe, anywhere, at any time. At 5:56 a.m. on October 22nd, bus driver Conrad Johnson was shot and killed while standing near Grand Prix Road in Aspen Hill, Maryland. The shootings were soon forensically linked to the same weapon. A fingerprint found at the site of the Benjamin Tasker Middle School shooting matched an earlier arrest made across the country in Washington state. The authorities finally had a break in the case. The fingerprint belonged to 17-year-old Lee Boyd Malvo. After researching Malvo, authorities found a connection with a man named John Allen Muhammad. He was an Army military veteran and had earned the expert rifleman's badge while enlisted. Authorities also found the details of a vehicle that Muhammad had purchased in New Jersey, a 1990 Chevrolet Caprice. After authorities were able to link the vehicle to John Allen Muhammad, they let the media know about the make and model of vehicle they were looking for. On October 24, 2002, two 911 calls were made from a rest stop on Interstate 70 near Myersville, Maryland. Trooper Wayne Smith of the Maryland State Police was first to arrive. He used his vehicle to block off the exit by parking sideways between two tractor trailers. Soon, Montgomery County SWAT officers and FBI special agents from the hostage rescue team arrested the sleeping John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo without a struggle. Also found in the car were the Bushmaster 223 caliber rifle that had been used in each attack, a rifle's scope for taking aim and a tripod to steady the shots, a back seat that had the sheet metal removed between the passenger compartment and the trunk, enabling the shooter to get into the trunk from inside the car. A digital voice recorder used by both Malvo and Muhammad to make extortion demands, a laptop stolen from one of the victims containing maps of the shooting sites and getaway routes from some of the crime scenes, maps, walkie-talkies, and other items. At the 2006 trial of Muhammad, Malvo testified that the aim of the killing spree was to kidnap children for the purpose of extorting money from the government and to set up a camp to train children how to terrorize cities. The ultimate goal was to shut things down across the United States. Malvo stated that Muhammad was driven by his hatred for white people and his belief that the white man is the devil. His plan was to kill 6 white people per day for 30 days, and he told Malvo he wanted him to shoot pregnant white women. Both Malvo and Muhammad were convicted at trial or pled guilty in multiple court cases in Maryland and Virginia. Both were sentenced to life without parole. Muhammad also received the death penalty in Virginia and was executed on November 10, 2009.